If you've been following the latest headlines, you may have seen a proposal to introduce 50-year mortgages in the U.S. economy. But before you get excited or skeptical, let's talk about what this really means for homeowners, buyers, and the broader market. In a recent interview, President Trump floated the idea of a 50-year mortgages as a way to make housing more affordable by drastically reducing monthly payments. The pitch? By stretching loan terms over 5 decades, buyers could lock in lower monthly costs and potentially afford more house for their dollar. It sounds appealing on the surface, but what ripple effects could it create? So let's break it down. Lower payments, higher prices. Longer mortgage terms mean smaller monthly payments, which increases affordability on paper. But when more buyers can afford more house, demand surges, often leading to price inflation. In other words, 50-year loans make homes easier to buy monthly, but harder to afford overall as prices climb to meet that new demand. And number two, it could change how people build wealth. Traditionally, a 30-year mortgage was seen as a path to wealth building. Homeowners paid down the principal, built up equity, and eventually owned their home outright. But with a 50-year term, equity builds much slower. This could reshape how Americans view home ownership as less of a wealth building asset and more as a long-term rental with a title. Number three, it may affect risky lending practices. If history has taught us anything from the 2008 crash, it's this. Unconventional loan structures can actually attract risky behaviors. Extending mortgages to 50 years could create a false sense of affordability and lure in buyers who are financially stretched. If market conditions shift, interest rates rise, or property values fall, many could find themselves underwater with very little equity to fall back on. And number four, it's not just about affordability, it's about market timing. Right now, mortgage rates are high. Affordability is the top concern. That's why the idea of a 50-year loan is gaining traction. But the solution isn't just about lengthening the loan. It's about adjusting to broader economic pressures until wages rise and supply increases. 50-year mortgages might treat the symptoms, but it's not the cause. Thinking of buying or refinancing in 2025? Remember, before jumping on 50-year mortgage bandwagon, let's have a conversation. I'll help you understand what loan terms make the most sense for your goals and whether this long-term strategy will truly benefit you or just add decades of debt. Feel free to call me or text me anytime. Let's make sure your next move is a smart one.